Hi, and welcome to today's live stream where I will delve deeper into moving in quietude. Please remember to subscribe as this helps the YouTube's algorithm in getting this message to more individuals like you. Thank you so much, and here we go. So, people will smile in your face, but feed on your secrets behind your back. The moment you open your mouth about your personal life, you hand someone else the keys to your peace, your plans, and your power. And that might be the worst mistake you ever make because not everyone wants the best for you. Some want access just to watch you fail. This world thrives on information. And the most valuable information is the one you guard the least, which is your personal life, your dreams, your struggles, relationships, finances, and your setbacks. Once you share these freely, you strip yourself of the armor that protects your progress. I had just entered the workforce. I was in my around 19, going on to 20 years of age, and I was on my second job where I worked as an admin assistant. At the time, I worked alongside four other admin assistants in that particular department. And so we would exchange pleasantries, our stories, and just general information throughout the day. Part of those exchanges were our dissatisfaction with the pay and other conditions. And I expressed one day that I had gotten an interview for another job. However, I noticed I did not get that position. I did get another interview and shared that with my coworkers again, and still did not get the job. Later, I got invited to interview for a prestigious company paying top dollar for my skills. However, this time I decided not to share that information just to see what the outcome would be. So I quietly did the interview and got an offer. I only told them what had happened after I was about to resign to take the other job. I was young, just turning 20, but from then I was learning how important silence is and guarding your plans and your dreams. The truth is, silence is not weakness. Silence is strength, and silence is control. You don't owe anyone an explanation about why you live the way you do, and you don't need validation from others to know you're on the right path. The more private you become, the more powerful you are. And let me tell you why. When you share your personal life with others, you often do it with the hope that they will understand you, support you, or at least listen with empathy. But the harsh reality is that most people aren't listening to understand, they're listening to judge you. They hear your vulnerabilities and interpret them through their own filters of insecurity, envy, or narrow mindedness. What you intended as a moment of honesty, they interpret that as a weakness. What you shared with hope and trust, they might twist, mock, or even spread behind your back. This isn't just speculation. It's what happens every day in workplaces, in families, and even among people who call themselves friends. You think you are building connections by opening up, but oftentimes you're just giving them material to talk about when you're not around. They may nod their heads in agreement and offer a few rehearsed words of comfort, but deep down they're silently filing away your words for later use, sometimes even against you. And it's not always malicious. Sometimes people judge you without even realizing it because your reality threatens their comfort zone. Your pain may be deeper than theirs, or your dreams may be bigger. Your boldness to speak your truth might confront their fear of facing their own. When people judge, they're not always doing it out of cruelty. Sometimes it comes from comparison, and the more you open up, the more they compare their lives to yours. If you're doing worse than they are, they feel validated in their own struggles. However, if you're doing better, they feel threatened or envious. In both cases, they judge not because of who you are, but because of how your story makes them feel about themselves. This is why sharing your personal life becomes a dangerous game, and you never truly know what lens the other person is looking through. What seems like a safe space, or what seems like a safe space at the moment, can become a source of gossip, misinterpretation, or subtle sabotage. Another danger is that people rarely forget what you tell them, especially if it's raw, unreal. You may heal from your past and you may have evolved, but if they have stored your story in their mind, they'll always see you through that lens. They'll always remember you for your breakdown, your bad decision, your mistake. Even if you've outgrown that version of yourself. And when they judge you, they're not judging the person you are now. They are judging a memory of you that no longer exists. And that was information that you voluntarily gave them. So that's why silence is so powerful. It doesn't allow people to freeze you in time. We live in a world where people are more reactive than reflective. They don't always take the time to understand context, emotions, or depth. And so when you open your life to others, you risk being misread, misquoted, misjudged, and you become subject to opinions that don't matter but still hurt you. You allow the noise of their perspective to interfere with the clarity of your past, and people will begin to think that they know you just because you shared a part of your life. And from there, they build a false sense of authority over your journey. So that's why you have to be cautious because not everyone deserves to know your story. Neither, not everyone is capable of receiving it with the compassion and maturity it deserves. Your privacy, your power, your dreams, your goals need time and a space and silence to evolve. Just like a seed that is planted in soil needs darkness before it breaks through the surface of the earth, your progress needs privacy before it's ready to be exposed to the world. But when you constantly share every detail of your personal journey, you interrupt that process to invite opinions, distractions, and unnecessary expectations that can pollute the purity of what you're trying to build. Your growth is personal, and when it's put on public display too soon, it becomes vulnerable to outside forces that can stunt it before it fully matures. Progress is delicate in its early stages. So when you're changing your mind, improving your habits, or chasing a goal that no one else can see, it requires immense focus and protection. The moment you start telling people what you're doing, their reactions, whether positive or negative, can shift your energy. Some will doubt you, and that doubt will linger in your mind. Some will mock your ambition. Others may support you, but even that can come with pressure to perform, to prove, or to succeed on their timeline. All of this noise can throw you off course because before you have even had a chance to settle into the rhythm of your new path. There's also a psychological shift that happens when you talk about your goals too much. Your brain sometimes confuses talking about something with actually doing it. You get a temporary rush of satisfaction from sharing your plans as if you have already accomplished something. But that feeling is false progress, and the real work still lies ahead. And now you've added an audience, people who are watching and waiting and judging, whether silently or openly. And this can create an unnecessary anxiety and turn something that should be a personal journey into performance. So, privacy allows you to build in peace and it gives you the space to make mistakes without judgment, to change direction without explanation, and to grow without pressure. So, you don't owe your story to everyone. You don't need validation from people who lack vision. And you don't have to explain yourself to those who only know how to listen through the filter of their own fear. Your truth is sacred. It's not meant to be handled by casual minds or careless dance. It's meant to be shared with people who have earned the right to hear it through their love, their integrity, and their ability to understand without judgment. And this reminds me of my precious husband and my dear mother. They're so compassionate, they listen, and They listen in without judgment. Yes, so one of the most painful lessons in life is realizing that not everyone who listens to you is genuinely interested in helping or supporting you. Some people only want to know more about your life to use that information against you later. This is a hard truth, but an important one. Many people are collectors, not confidants. They gather your personal stories not to empathize or uplift you, but to store them like ammunition for a future moment when they could gain some twisted advantage. Those are the types who sit quietly while you pour your heart out. They will be nodding and pretending to care, only to walk away and share what they have learned with others. Or worse, twist your words and weaponize your vulnerability when it suits them, unfortunately. Okay, so I'm going to pause here for a brief moment, and please enjoy this. Okay, so let me continue and thank you for patiently waiting. So, there is a kind of sacredness in privacy that too many people overlook in a world obsessed with oversharing. When you keep aspects of your life to yourself, you maintain an element of mystery that protects your energy, your intentions, and your focus. The less people know, the less they can interrupt, distract, or manipulate your goals, your relationships, your plans. When kept quiet, so when you keep your plans, your goals, your relationships quiet, they become safe from premature judgment, negative projections, and unnecessary interference. In silence, you can evolve without scrutiny. You can grow without the pressure of meeting other people's expectations. That mystery becomes your shield, your power, and your protection from external chaos that seeks to invade the peace you have worked hard to cultivate. When your life is private, you get to choose when and how to seek advice, ensuring that is coming from trusted sources who respect your autonomy and understand your context. When everything is out in the open, you become vulnerable to a flood of opinions that may drown out your own intuition and decision making. Keeping your personal life private helps you maintain control over your narrative and allows you to process your experiences internally so that you can gain clarity and build confidence. Another benefit of privacy is that it helps you build stronger boundaries. When you are selective about what you share, you teach others to respect your limits, and healthy boundaries are essential for emotional intelligence because it protects you from emotional overload and enable you to interact with others on your own terms. These boundaries also give you the freedom to say no when something doesn't serve your well being, which is a critical skill for maintaining mental health and self respect. So, having emotional intelligence allows a deeper connection with yourself, which is the cornerstone of true happiness and fulfillment. This intentional choice to value privacy equips you with the emotional tools needed to navigate life's complexities with grace, strength, and confidence. Remember, the greatest revenge is success. The greatest power is privacy, and the greatest peace is found when you no longer feel the need to explain yourself. Live your life with intention, not interruption. Protect your journey, shield your spirit, and guard your growth. Don't share your personal life with anyone, not because you're bitter, but because it's better than the drama, it's better than the noise, and it's better than the need for approval. They will see it when it's done, and by then it will be too late for them to stop you. So move in silence, build in silence, heal in silence, and let your silence make the loudest noise. Thank you for sharing with me today. It was a pleasure spending time with you. And please have a wonderful day. Ciao.